What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. In this video, we're going to go through my initial impressions about the Vivo X Fold, this massive 8-inch folding phone with a massive 6.53-inch outside display. And it's a crazy phone, and it's a very interesting phone at that. So we're going to start off this video by checking out some photos and videos that I took with all of the cameras, the ones on the back, the ones on the front, and the ones on this front as well. So let's get to it. Alright guys, this is the front camera on the big display of the Vivo X Fold. I'm going to walk in a moment, but here's what it looks like when we're kind of just standing still. It only goes up to 1080p, which kind of sucks. I wish it went up to 4K. I wish all the cameras were 4K. I always think it's weird when companies put out cameras and they're not all the same resolution, or at least 4K at that. So this again, big screen, front camera. Now we're on the back cameras. This is widescreen. This does shoot in 4K, so this is kind of cool. I look kind of shiny. I was just walking. It's like 88 degrees Fahrenheit here in the United States in Southern California, so it's pretty hot. Where I was before, it was 100. It was super warm. Well, let me stop, because sometimes, you know, stabilization looks wonky, so I'll just do a little circle here. What do you guys think? Looks pretty good, at least on this camera. This is the main lens, again 4K 30 on here of the back camera. Where am I? I'm walking. Let me do a little twist and a turn. I love this time of day. It's like sun's going down, it's cooling down finally, at least here in Southern California. That's the nice thing about Southern California, if you didn't know, is that if it's a warm day, usually by the night it drops like at least 10 degrees. But usually sometimes 20, 25 degrees. So it definitely cools down a lot. It's really, really nice. And it's kind of interesting, since this phone is so big as well, I have to hold it like a football field goal thing, if you know what that looks like, because this is so big. This is the front camera of the small display. This does shoot in 4K 30. And this is a lot more comfortable to hold this way, because it's obviously almost like a real phone, normal phone, rather than a folding phone with this humongous display. But still, kind of cool to be able to use this. This looks a little bit more shaky. I don't know if it's because I don't know what it is. So this looks a little more shaky on the screen. I'll be curious again to see what the other ones look like as I walked. But front screen, front camera. All right, guys, so you saw the camera samples and the video samples. For me, I think the video on the front cameras of this display and this display just aren't very good. I'm not impressed with the video. It's too shaky. It doesn't look awful. It's just too shaky for me. But the video on the back cameras is very smooth and definitely really, really good. Also with the camera, the app is pretty easy to use. You know, you get all your modes down here that you want, your high resolution up to 50 megapixels. You get your night mode, your portrait mode, your photo, your pro mode. You got more as well, all these other modes to jump into. The other cool thing is it does have this thing where you can use the back display, or the front display, I should say, when you're taking photos, so that if you want to see yourself you totally can. It's excellent. Love that with the folding phones. So they have that feature on here. But ultimately, you know, not bad at all in terms of the quality of the photos and the videos. Not completely blown away, but does look good. Next, let's talk about the look of this phone. This phone is massive. It's really heavy and it's really big. It could be a potential turnoff for somebody because it is so heavy. It's definitely heavier than the Galaxy Z Fold 3, and I will do a separate video comparing this to the Z Fold 3, but this video is going to be basically just about this phone. It's a very premium look too. The heft goes along with it. The look and feel of this leather backing on here is really nice. The Vivo branding, the camera cutout, and all of that just looks great. It's really, really premium. The big front display on here that is not just tall and skinny. It actually looks like kind of like a normal phone. And then this huge, massive display. Camera on the top there. It does wirelessly charge, and it does fast charge as well. But in terms of looks, I love it. I think it's great. I mean, it's a little, this blue, I'll be honest, is a little bit boring for me, but overall it feels very, very premium. Now, what comes inside the box before we continue going through the phone? Well, the company that I ordered it from, which if you want to link, buy this phone, it is linked down below. They ended up sending me a couple of free accessories. They sent me a free wireless charger, which I don't have currently showing you. And they gave me this case as well. It's a Vivo case. It goes in, super simple on here. And when I want, I can see my display through right here. It covers basically the whole phone. I'm just not a fan of these because I don't like having to always open this up in order to use the phone. I'd rather it just be like something like that. But they did send me this case with it. I probably will end up buying a different case, to be honest with you. This isn't, again, my favorite type of case. And to go along with the premium feel of the phone, they give you a very premium unboxing. The phone sits in there, completely wide open. There is a drawer to pull out on the side here. And it comes with a little credit card thing. I honestly don't even know what this is. If you guys know, put it in the comments down below, but it's in Chinese. I have no idea what it is. They give you a USB cable. They also give you the fast charger. The fast charger goes up to 67 or 66 watts actually. And you can see, you can charge the phone from 0 to 137 minutes. That's what it's advertised anyway to do. And then also you get some headphones. And I believe, I haven't even opened these, but I believe these are wired headphones. Yeah, wait, are they? Yeah, they are. They are, yeah, USB-C headphones. Kind of nice to see that with some ear tips in there. So kind of cool that they throw that in there for free. I like that. I'm down with it that they give it to you loaded in the box. So a charger and some headphones. I mean, it's pretty cool, especially modern flagship phones. They generally have taken it out. So back to the phone. Like I said, the phone does charge fast, 67 watts wired, or 65 watts, well, 66 watts wired. It also does wireless charging at 50 watts. So really, really nice stuff there. Fingerprint sensor. This is literally the best under display fingerprint sensor I've ever used. It's the most accurate. It's the most reliable. I barely even have to touch it when it goes. It's fast. It's amazing. It's very, very good. I'm very happy with the under display fingerprint sensor. I've mentioned it in my video. This is kind of a turnoff, to be honest with you. This big hunker camera on the front there. I'm so used to it being gone on the Z Fold 3. I mean, it's under the display, but it just, I don't know, it kind of looks ugly on there. The software is weird. So I like the software in a general sense because there's so much control over it and customization. But it feels like, because this is basically a Chinese phone and I translated it over to English within the settings, it just feels a little bit weird. I don't know how to explain it. I think you have to kind of use it to see what I mean, but it definitely feels like it needs to get completely moved over to English or something in order for it to feel like a true international phone rather than just a Chinese phone. For the most part, it does feel fine in that regard, but otherwise there's like so much control over here. You see literally everything and everything. That's the other thing. I'm used to the way Samsung's and general vanilla Android settings are, and this for some reason kind of feels like it's all over the place in the settings. So I'm not a huge fan of it. It's kind of the same as, you know, Samsung phones and other Android phones, but it also feels a little bit over the place. One thing, changing my home screen, my launcher, that's where you go. You go in there, you choose your launcher. It asks you to replace it. I place it, and oh great, it worked. It changed over. But I hit the home button, and it goes back. I have done restarts. I have created a Vivo account, and it doesn't work. I can't change the launcher currently. If you guys know, please let me know, because it just does not work on here. I've done basically everything I can think of with it. But like I said, tons of control over the software. You can do themes. You can, there's so much you can do. It's crazy. Speaking of settings and speaking of the display, it does have 120 hertz on both displays on here. You can see I have it set. It's really smooth. The display is great. It's huge. And that's definitely one of the shining points of this, is the huge display. I love it. Watching YouTube videos, I can pinch in what is going on and watch videos on my Galaxy Z Fold 3 like that, but it won't let me on this phone. So you don't get the full screen real estate. You can see you get a lot of cutoff on the bottom bars there, but you can play up to 4K videos on here, at least from what maybe even higher, I guess, but it definitely does at least 4K. It looks great from every angle. So, you know, I'm very happy with the display on it. It's great, especially the big display. And then when you go to the front display, open up YouTube, play this video now. It looks great. Both displays are great. You can see them easy in the sunlight. You can see them inside. They get bright. They get dim if you want. They fill up the whole screen. They're great. They're the thing that makes me want Samsung to create physically a phone just like this, except for I'd still put the fingerprint sensor on the side. But beyond that, this is amazing device, like hardware wise, and the displays and stuff. They're huge, and they just look amazing. I haven't really gotten the phone hot except for when I was taking some photos and videos. It warmed up a little bit, but otherwise, playing games on here is pretty. Does it turn that way? It doesn't turn. Is pretty freaking cool on here. I'm in the middle of this game, and I don't even know any. I'm trying to figure out words to spell on here, but yeah, it's freaking awesome on here to play games and look at everything. Look up a website. Where's my Chrome website? Here we go, Chrome. Bring up the Android Police website. Looks great. Everything, all that stuff. Oh, also, you know, when you're looking at some apps on here, sometimes they look a little wonky. Like Instagram looks a little wonky. You have to change the stuff on here. So, but basically, it's just a little bit too big for it. Just like all folding phones, which is a pain in the butt. But TikTok looks good. Where's my TikTok? There you go. TikTok. There you go. Performance on this is great. It has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 and 12 gigs of RAM, and you can get it in 256 or 512 gigs of storage. I have the 256 gigs of storage. You don't get a micro SD card, but performance is excellent on here. Really happy with the performance of this this phone. Opening up apps or just navigating around works great. Go to Droid Life website. You can see loading up websites is freaking awesome. It's just a great performer of a phone. It works fantastic. Let's go to some multi-window here. There you go. Split screen. So you can split screen on here if you want, which is good. Let's see. Turn it that way. Make one app bigger. Let's see if it works. I haven't done this too much on here. Looks like it won't let me make it too much bigger. Yeah, so it means the software is cool, but it feels a little bit wonky. I definitely like the software better on the Samsung phones. It seems like this needs an update or something, and a little bit, I don't know. There's just the feeling of it. Maybe I'm used to the Samsung, but overall, I mean, like the performance is great, but the software, though I do like elements of the software, there's just bits of it that just don't feel completely polished. So hand me the money, I divvy the pie. I'ma give all of my people a portion to build them a fortune on flipping the ride. I can't be mixy with iffy the vibe. And I always feel around when I need some loving, baby. Here's our first story of the day is about the Pixel Watch. Pixel Watch was officially announced last week by Google, and Google came out and said that the Pixel Watch would be out very... The speakers sound pretty good. The bass is pretty good. I don't know. I feel like the speakers should be a little bit louder. They don't sound like super quiet, but they don't sound as loud as I wish they did. Like, or I feel like they should with a device this big. So I don't know if that I would want like quad speakers and that would help with it or what it is, but the speakers just seem a little bit soft for my liking. So overall, the Vivo X Fold is a very cool device. I absolutely love the hardware part of it, meaning I love these huge displays. They're just pretty much perfect. They're what like I would have wanted Samsung to do right off the bat or throughout all these years. They're fantastic. I really love these displays. The software is good. It's just a mixture of, I'm not fully used to their flavor of Android, and things just seem a little bit wonky sometimes the way they work. Like I don't think this phone has, at least from just looking through it and searching for it, I don't see double tap to, turn off the display or to wake it up. I can't double tap the screen, or from anywhere, I can't do that. It's a pain in the butt. The fingerprint sensor works fantastic on this phone. Oh, I almost hit myself in the face with this phone. It works really well. The cameras are pretty good for the most part. They take good photos and good videos. The fast charging, I love. It's really fast, up to 37 minutes, 0 to 100. That's amazing. And, I guess it comes down to if you're international and you can get full usage out of this, either you speak Chinese or you're fine with whatever language you can translate it into and it feels good for you, then grab it, because it seems like, so far anyway, a really cool phone. If you're in America, I haven't tried it on any of the carriers still yet. I will eventually. I'm going to try it on AT&T and T-Mobile, and I'll do videos on that. But yeah, I don't know. I heard it works good on T-Mobile. I saw a video from somebody that it does, but I don't know. Other than that, it's compared to the Z Fold 3. I like the Z Fold 3 software better, but I like the hardware better on this, and I will do a comparison of the two. There you guys go. Let me know what you guys think of the Vivo X Fold, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.